Welcome to the Black and Green podcast. It's your go-to place to find the latest high-quality, all-natural products created by Black artisans. Hosted by yours truly, Dr. Kristen H., the founder of Black and Green. We'll discuss all things health, wellness, self-care, and of course, self-love. This podcast features a refreshing lineup of guests, from entrepreneurs and artisans to holistic lifestylists and clean beauty experts, and a plethora of other innovators within the wellness industry. Join me as we learn from the best of the best. All right, guys, thank you for listening to us again. I'm so excited about the conversation today. It'll be very unique. We have Ashlee Smalls and Danese Smalls here to talk to us about the brand they founded together. I'm so excited for this conversation. Can you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves?
Hi, I am Ashlee Smalls, COO of Goddess Skincare.
And I'm Danese Smalls, Chief Executive Officer of Goddess Skincare.
And you guys are a mother and a wife team. Oh, not mother and wife, a mother and a daughter team.
Yes.
Yes, we are.
And tell me about how that started. How did that work out? What kind of sparked the creation?
Well, I learned at an early age the importance of nourishing the skin daily. You know, our skin is our largest organ, and it requires daily nourishment. My grandmother taught my mother that. My mother taught me, I taught Ashlee, and now Ashlee is instilling that in her son. And I wanted to share this family secret of nourishing the skin daily because it should be like brushing your teeth. My mom always said 10 minutes a day gives you 1 year life in your skin. It started out with me doing it for myself and creating gifts for friends, and everyone that I gave it to wanted more. So that started about 30 years ago. My grandmother had her way of concocting things, which she passed on to my mother's way of concocting things. And then I used what they gave me and added my own ingredients to perfect it. And that is what is Goddess Skincare today.
Got it. And Ashlee, how did you play a part in that creation?
So probably about 3 years ago, I told my mom just where the trend was going with beauty and wellness. I said, now is the time for us to really turn this into a business. It's an amazing product. And so at the time, there was no LLC or it wasn't a formulated business. So we agreed to join forces. My background is in retail, and my mom so graciously allowed me to join her. And since 2019, we have been Goddess Skincare. But before it was Goddess Butter. But once we made it a business, it became Goddess Skincare.
So Goddess Butter was like one product, and then after you decided to have multiple products, did the name change?
Well, I decided I wanted to call the product Goddess Butter because I come from, my grandmother was a goddess, my mother was a goddess, and I was named Goddess from Lawrence Fishburne, called me a freelance goddess. I did some work for him at some point, and that name kind of stuck. And so Goddess Butter became Goddess Skincare.
Can you kind of let us, on the end of what does the word goddess mean to you?
Goddess is someone who is, one is a brother's keeper. She is also about sharing those secrets, taking good care of herself. Wellness is very important, not just for herself, but those around her, which is why I created this product to share. People always ask me about my skin. I wanted to share with them what I was using. Can you expound on that a little bit more, Ashlee?
I would say for me, a goddess is someone that can wear many hats. I think she is a leader. She's a nurturer. She's the one that exemplifies beauty, natural beauty. She is a humanitarian. She's just a woman of all grace and beauty. And she encompasses everything that God has instilled in her.
Most importantly, God. Yeah.
That's touching, that the way that you kind of intertwined that into your brand. Was that important to make that connection?
Absolutely. I think when it comes to beauty today, it seems to be augmented. And it is steering away from what God has intended you to be. And so being a goddess is being authentic to who God has created you to be. And our products are all about being organic and providing organic skincare so you can age gracefully and naturally.
I love that. What's the biggest challenge you've faced as you're building your brand?
I think one of the biggest challenges is just educating, because we also do incorporate CBD into our products. And just the education behind the benefits of it can be challenging. The marketing behind it can be challenging. I think also with today, with COVID and the scarcity of ingredients and the cost has been really challenging. So, we want to maintain a fair cost in our products, but the ingredients are becoming a lot more scarce and they're a lot more expensive. So that has been quite a challenge for us, and just having the availability of it when we need it also is challenging.
Yes. I've been experiencing that. Been trying to order products to make sure we have them for black and green, but often our indie artisans are having an issue getting their raw ingredients. So I understand that very intimately, that the price of the raw ingredients is increasing and trying to source them is becoming more and more difficult.
Yeah, a lot of great companies, unfortunately, closed due to COVID. And so being able to maneuver and maintain the authenticity of your brand can be challenging in today's times.
Absolutely. Tell me your big vision. What's your big dream for your brand? Kind of what do you want to see happen? What change do you want to have on the world?
Well, one of the reasons why I wanted to, share our family secret, and when I say that, nourishing the skin daily from the neck to the toes is important, and it should be like brushing your teeth. And one of the components of trying to educate people on how important that is, like my mother would say, 10 minutes is a year. You're giving your skin an extra year. That education, a lot of people, because of the price points of the product, feel like, well, this is something I just want to use for special occasions. It's not something that I want to incorporate into my daily regimen, or I don't have that time to nourish my skin from my neck to my feet every day. I'm just going to do it on Sunday. So really stressing and sharing how important it is to do that, how it improves the circulation, how using the product on a daily basis really does change and help with the aging process of the skin.
Okay. Tell me what that 10-minute daily process supposed to look like. What are all the steps that they need to make sure they're getting done in that 10 minutes? I'm guessing it's more than just washing your face.
Well, after you shower, you pat yourself dry, you take some butter, you heat it up in your hands, and you apply it to the skin using circular motions. It gets the circulation going, it gets the cream really working into the skin, and I think that helps with keeping the skin tight, also because of the ingredients that we use in there, and the massaging your skin gets the circulation going, and I think that helps with the celluloid and cellulite.
And Kristen, I would also say, for when we say like what we want to educate our consumers, just the benefit of skincare. I think it's a lifestyle. Yes, it is what you put on your body topically, but it's also what you digest. So making sure that your diet is on task, making sure that you're working out, making sure you're balancing your work-life balance, you're managing your stress levels, because all of those things can affect the skin. And so we want to encourage women to love their authentic beauty, and men, because our products are gender neutral. But we would love for people to genuinely love the skin that they're in, feel comfortable naked. So yes, some of us have hyperpigmentation, but that can be cared for. It's something that you have to incorporate into your skincare daily, which is using our body butter. And then for the future, we would love to have a spa where you can come and get these experiences of luxury from a Black perspective. We both, my mom and I, love spas. We love taking care of ourselves, and we would love to have an experience where you can come, you can network, you can have these beautiful spa days, meet other great women, and then also have our product lines where you're caring for your skin maybe once a month.
That's beautiful. And something else that's beautiful is the mother-daughter connection. So the ability for you guys to create together. I'm interested in hearing more about that. How does that process work? Are you guys ever pushing back on each other? And how do you kind of find balance in a space of being mother and daughter and running a business together?
Well, it's not easy because you have, history and different ways of looking at things, and it is mother-daughter, so there's that dynamic. But I think it's about just really respecting the talents. I respect so much the talents that Ashlee has in retail and her business sense and her financial abilities and being able to juggle all those things. And she understands me from an artistic perspective. I also wanted to say that when we say we don't have 10 minutes a day to take care of ourselves. So like we take our time, we brush our teeth, and I say nourishing our skin should be like brushing our teeth, taking that time, that 10 minutes a day to really just focus on yourself and really focus on your skin and really focus on putting this nourishment on your skin. I think that's important to give ourselves that.
And I would say in terms of just, my mom lives in New York, I live in California. So basically, we definitely we talk every day, multiple times a day. So just creating structure in terms of just like emails, letting my mom know what's going on as it relates from a creative standpoint, any type of new vendor relationships we have, any type of vendor opportunities that I would like us to partake in. There's constant conversation. When it comes to creativity, we rely on each other because we're both very creative. So we do all of our content, all of our marketing, because it's something that we just both love. And so that's where the legacy comes into place, because we both are visionaries. And so, it's not always easy because we don't see eye to eye on things. And then you have that mother and daughter dynamic. So sometimes you have to turn that off and be very business savvy. And then other times you have to turn the business off and make sure that we understand that this is something that we're building together, and to do it with joy and happiness. And so it's definitely a constant work in progress.
It's always a journey. That's life. It's a constant journey. You're just trying to find a balance and making sure that you always are showing up and serving yourself the best way that you can. So I'm happy to hear that you guys are on this journey to figure out the best way to build your brand together.
Yes. And never having done it before, there's no guidebook. We just we deal with things as they come up, and just try to have mutual respect for one another.
Respect, that's so important.
It's so important.
Now we will pause for a moment of meditation with Dr. Crystal Jones.
So wherever you are right now, just take a moment to be in your awareness, Be in your truth. Be in your wholeness. Allow yourself to show up as light, dark, and every shade of gray in between. Feeling your presence, experiencing your truth. Finding your breath. And instead of directing her, listen to her. Ask her where she wants to spend more time and spend more time there. Ask her where she's stuck and go into the experience of why. Be in this breath, be in this movement, and continue to cultivate this experience through the rest of your day. Honoring that your truth and whatever you show up as is always enough. You are perfection and excellence personified. Anything that tells you that you're anything else no longer serves you.
So what's coming next? What's the new exciting thing that you guys are working on? What's new down going to be released soon, or any kind of new information that you guys have?
Well, Goddess Skincare is really for the neck down.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and a lot of us, when we think of skincare, we think about it from the neck up. Mm-hmm. So what we do want to do is work on building a skincare brand that works from the neck up.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be a facial skincare line.
Oh, that's beautiful. I heard you say about butter. Do you guys also do oils? Is there kind of a time for butters and time for oils, a time for lotions? Can you kind of explain those three and explain the differences of them? I have my understanding of it. I'm curious to see what you guys say.
So right now, our product assortment consists of body butters and sugar scrubs. Mm-hmm. We don't have any lotions at the moment. Right now, we're just focusing. We have about 18 different products because it's different sizes. There's CBD, non-CBD, and then we have 4 different scents. So we are in the process of expanding our assortment with different scents for clients that love the body butter as well as the sugar scrubs. As my mom mentioned, we are interested and have been entertaining finding formulators to assist us with what we're looking to do with the facial products. But really the focus right now is just the body butters and the sugar scrubs, and probably adding on a soap.
Got it. Yes, you mentioned CBD earlier, and I meant to ask about that. Tell me the story behind why you chose to include CBD and why it's an important part of your brand.
Well, about 3 years ago, I already had what I thought was a great product, but then I started doing a lot of research on CBD, what it does, all of its healing properties, and also that it had the ability to make the absorption of the product even more effective. So that's one of the reasons why I chose CBD, because it has so many healing properties that it just enhanced the product that we already had. And Ashley, you could speak to what it did for you in terms of the eczema.
So for me, I have dermatitis, and there are periods where it inflames. I learned that stress levels can affect it, dairy can affect it, and that's where the hyperpigmentation comes from, because you have this areas and patches that may be darker than others due to the scratching of the eczema. And what I found is that CBD actually accelerates the healing process in terms of lightening the dark spots. And so I personally, I am a big fan of it as it relates to softening the skin, and as it relates to soothing and assisting with women that may have hyperpigmentation.
You mentioned the healing process of properties of CBD. Can you kind of tell us about the healing properties more often for us who do not know very much about CBD, and where does it come from, kind of the whole story behind CBD?
Well, we have CBD receptors already in our skin. So when you add it, it's something that's part of our natural makeup. And that was one of the things that attracted me to it to begin with, that we had these CB2 receptors already in our skin. So using the product connects with the receptors that we already have in our skin, and that's how it assists in the healing process even faster.
And it also is a significant antioxidant. The vitamin also helps build collagen as well. So we also use it in our sugar scrubs as a exfoliant. And it also helps with antibacterial.
So it's like a natural, it's rather than putting something non-organic in the product to preserve it, because a lot of these products have preservatives in them. CBD is a natural preservative. It also helps with sun exposure. It's not a 30 SPF sunblock, but it does have some properties in it which will keep the sun from damaging the skin.
And it helps protect against free radicals as well. And also with the aging process, it also assists with acting as an anti-wrinkle formula. So I found, and also our customers as well, have just raved about CBD, and incorporating it topically has been remarkable for my skin, and then of course our client's skin as well. So I'm a huge fan, but unfortunately everyone doesn't sell CBD products. It's a very hard market to tap into, so distribution can be challenging. So we are definitely working with Black-owned dispensaries out here in LA in order to expand our distribution with our CBD product line.
Yes, I completely understand. I tried to bring CBD on Black and Green about 2 years ago, and there's all these kind of regulations that will not allow me to do it. And so we can't make our payment processor has to change. So it's a lot of hurdles that we have to jump through to try to make it work. And it's something we've been working on for a long time, but we haven't quite figured out how to turn all the curves to make it possible for us to bring on CBD, because we believe in the value of CBD and we would love to be able to bring it on. I was trying to do this years ago. We just haven't been able to jump through enough hurdles to make it happen yet for Black and Green.
Yeah, and every state regulates it differently, which also makes it challenging. So
it's even more challenging.
Yeah, but we're getting there.
It's a work in progress for sure.
And also, I think it's important to exfoliate the skin at least 3 times a week. Mm-hmm. And by exfoliating, I think it helps the butter work more efficiently. So, yeah.
And for my son, trying to get him in the habit of doing it, with his skin, he uses it on his face, which he loves to do, as well as his body. I have an 18-year-old, and just kind of educating him on the importance of moisturizing and taking care of his skin. His feet, he uses it on his feet as well. Our sugar scrub is fantastic. I absolutely love it.
And thinking is from the neck to your toes?
Yeah, from the neck to the toes. But you also, for me, during the daytime, I like more of a light moisturizer on my face. At night, I use it as a regimen for when I sleep to keep the moisture in my skin. But I only use it from the neck down every day.
But I want to say that a lot of my male clients use the sugar scrub on their skin. Just to kind of exfoliate, because they shave And they tell me that it's amazing. Men that have bald heads use it on their heads as well. So the sugar scrub, and it's a great lip scrub.
Yeah, it's really good for the lips.
It's really great to kind of like, and I think we forget about, taking off the dead skin on our lips sometimes. It's really good to do that. It's great to use it with your pumice stone on your feet. So it has multiple uses. And I will say with the sugar scrub, it can go from the neck up. Yeah, it can go from the neck up. Some of my female clients say they use it as an exfoliant on their face.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. That can be used that diverse.
Yeah, it has a lot of different ways that you can use it, and you can experiment and find out which way works best for you. But like Ashlee said, for some young people that may not want to get into, we want them, as I said, we're trying to educate them in how important it is to nourish that largest organ we have on a daily basis. But to apply it in the shower, and then pat dry, you're still getting a lot of the properties, because a lot of the same ingredients that is in the butter is also in the sugar scrub.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. That was actually wonderful. And to see how a mother and a daughter can build a brand together and watch it be successful is really great. Thank you for tuning into the Black and Green podcast. Did you have more questions for our special guest? Please leave your questions in the comment section. Also, check us out at blkgrn.com. Please subscribe and comment. We love hearing from you. Until next time, buy Black and live green.